Okay, abusia ba makwa shonko so ereba Ghana politics avenue so abusia yembonra yensem acting chief justice Paul Baffoe finally ne vet no koso a say eno na ya project the atu screen no enchen the amama no say Parliament Appointment Committee vets Chief Justice nominee Paul Baffoe abusia inti isi ano Paul Baffoe Parliament vet no as Chief Justice enye asem keto akranti no mom yanko na yanko kwoti ensem bia so mpanyfo atena ase de ho nsem no bi atodwa ye pepese be me yamko na yakwa kwoti ensema so Paul Baffoe ne vet no so mom yanko na yanko kwoti ensema so medamase.
The Chief Justice nominee. In fact, last week, the minority in Parliament had moved a motion asking the Speaker to block the vetting, insisting that, well, some processes are in court. And for that reason, those processes ought to be exhausted before the vetting of the new, nominee is done. But Speaker says, no, they'll go ahead and do the vetting, and the vetting is slated for today. Now, earlier, the minority indicated that they will not boycott the vetting. They will not boycott the vetting. They said they will not boycott the vetting, although they do not want the vetting to go on. They will not boycott it. They will be there. So today, we just want to try to preview the vetting and appreciate what is likely to happen at the vetting. What is likely to happen at the vetting. And this whole concern about this whole replacement of the CJ is, there's a lot of politics surrounding this. So we want to try and break the things down. Let me also come back to Honorable Eben. I mean, your party's position on this matter is very clear. They think that the nominee, in fact, was it the minority leader who said that the Chief Justice is Gertrude Tokonu? He says he doesn't recognize Baffoe. He said the Chief Justice is Gertrude Tokonu, and that is who they continue to see. Well, what do you make of this?
All right. So on Friday, when the leader of the House, normally in Parliament, Friday, the leader of the House presents the following week business. So, and when a business statement is being presented, members have the opportunity to ask questions if there are some omissions or if there are some other related issues that members feel that need to be discussed in that week. So in that context, that is where the minority leader raised a concern when it was raised that there's going to be a vetting of the president nominee as to the Supreme Court. And he raised the issue that, look, for the minority, they believe that the nomination, the vetting of the Chief Justice should not come on. And the reason being that there are some court cases that need to be dealt with because it's all in relation with the suspended Chief Justice. So if we have suspended someone, and if you have suspended, you choose to remove. If the suspended Chief Justice matter is still at the courts, then they believe that there's no need for Parliament to vet another person. Because if Parliament vets the person, pre-assuming vets the person today, and tomorrow presents the report to Parliament, and Parliament approves of it, then meaning that we have two Chief Justices. So he is of the view that, look, no, why not we allow the court process to go on? Because the Constitution gave provision that in the absence of a Chief Justice, there can be
an acting Chief
Justice. So his acting capacity is still old. He can act whilst the matter is being dealt with. The minority are also reformed. I've also written to the president to find the status of the two petitions sent by Yusuf Garba and other in respect of the same Chief Justice,
acting Chief
Justice. that what is the locus of these petitions.
And those petitions seek to remove the acting Chief Justice.
I don't know the details about it. I don't know that, but there has been a petition, and they are finding out from the presidency that what is the status of the petition that you have received. No answer has been given, and you are saying that we should go and vet the acting. I was just talking to one colleague of mine. I was just, look, for me, I don't think that there's even a need, even for the minority, to be dragging this issue. Because I watched the majority chief whip, the kind of words that he was using on the floor. My own friend and brother, Dafia Mopo, we vet it. There's nothing you can do. We have made up our mind. So it means that the mindset is already being made.
But the challenge with the position of the minority is that you're saying that because the matter is in court, the vetting should not proceed. We know court cases can drag, so we should be without a Chief Justice for as long as the matter is in court.
But he's acting as a Chief Justice, and is appointing judges to be handle cases.
So he should continue to act as Chief Justice, even if the case will be in court for 4 years.
What stopped him? So let me come back to what
But at the moment, we know, based on the law, the president has removed the Chief Justice. It was captured in his statement. The committee presented the findings and went ahead.
Can you tell me the recommendation that the president based on it to suspend the Chief Justice? What ground did the president stand on to remove the Chief Justice?
The president referred to the Bawumia committee.
And what was the committee's, committee's recommendation?
Well, it has to do with matters relating to somebody she received.
What did they say? Have you seen the reports?
But the problem
have you seen the reports? Have you seen that? That's why I'm saying, I was telling my colleague that, look, you don't need to even fight about these things. Prosperity will judge all of us. Because even the president has even appointed NDC officers at the court.
How do you know the NDC?
The president says that, and I'm referring to what he has said, that at the NDC conference, he said that the MPP has packed the bench with their lawyers to become judges. So if you are also appointed within 11 months, you can also appoint 69 of them. I didn't know the NDC people. Based on what he said, I did not also NDC people.
But you have
so he has also appointed.
You have to check each person.
Did he check the lawyers, the judges at the Supreme Court and the High Court? Did he check before coming to make that statement?
So based on that, you're assuming that all other persons were appointed.
Based on what he said, he's the head of this country. He has been a four-term member of parliament. He has been a minister for communication. He has been a vice president. He has been a president. So if such a person is telling me something, I believe what he's telling me. That the judges at the Supreme Court, at the High Court, and the lower courts, they are all MPP members. So he encouraged NDC people, NDC lawyers. In fact, he didn't say it at a rally. He said it when he met NDC lawyers. That look, try to take up responsible position when we win power in 2024 because these are MPP people. That's why I'm saying that the 69 people that he has appointed them and swear them, they are all NDC branch executives. Some of them are national officers of the NDC. Some of them are regional officers of the NDC. But what he is saying.
So your position, because you mentioned earlier that you will even want the minority to stay away from the vetting. I'm
not saying they should stay away from the vetting. What I'm saying that I don't see why they will even fight over this, that we shouldn't even have the vetting. Because no matter what it is, when you're looking at the posture of the majority chief whip and also even the majority leader, their mind is made up and they have the majority on the committee. You have the first and second, you have the speaker and the first deputy speaker who are members of the NDC. So what do you expect? What do you expect? And they have 182. What do you expect?
Well, what do you personally think, so that I can come to lawyer? What do you personally think about Paul Baffoe? Do you think he's incapable of doing the job? Taking over, continuing from where Tokonu left?
From what the accusation and the petition leveled against Tokonu, the same allegations and the same issues have raised against Baffoe. Baffoe have traveled with the wife. So if you are saying that I travel with my husband and my son or my daughter, and therefore, because of that, I should be removed from office, and you are appointing somebody who has also traveled with a wife.
Except in this case, it has to do with allowance received.
Is the Chief Justice Tokonu the Director of Finance at the Supreme Court? Is he the Director of Finance?
So you think...
The last time I was telling you that here, when I was in Parliament, when we are traveling, it is not the Speaker who determines how much will be given to a member of Parliament. It's the account department. And they will do everything and give you a ticket and you travel. So what crime has the person committed? That's why I'm saying that, look, this is an agenda of the NDC. In fact, when they were campaigning, they assure us of institutions that they are going to remove people. They talk about the Supreme Court, they talk about the High Court, they talk about the police, they talk about the military, they talk about the Navy, every institution that in this country that is appointed by the president, they said they are going to remove them. So I'm not surprised about what is going on.
All right.
But it is a precedent that's been set. And all those that have been given appointments should also know that their term of office goes with the president. So if the president leaves in 2029, their term of office has also ended.
Counsel.
I really will beg of you to allow me to dissect this. I beg you. For the first time, let me handle him politically. One question you asked him about the petition that was made against Justice Baffoe, he said he doesn't know the content. All of a sudden, he turns around to tell you that it's the same thing against Tokonu, that is the same thing against Baffoe. But Baffoe, when you were talking, I was quiet. Please be quiet. Please be quiet. Now, please be quiet. I want to put on record that no NDC executive has been appointed to any of the benches. No NDC executive has been appointed to any. Indeed, out of the 65 judges that have been appointed, only 3 had not previously been judges. Only 3 had not been previous judges. Now, out of those that have been appointed, 82% were appointed by Nana Akuffo, those who have been promoted. Those promoted to the High Court.
The High Court.
Only three had been, and those 3 had been state attorneys. They had never been ordinary persons promoted. No. So, and these were circuit court judges that were elevated to High Court. And they were appointed under Nana Akuffo-Addo. So if those appointed under Nana Akuffo-Addo were NDC executives, as he wants us to believe, then they were very good to have been picked by Nana Akuffo-Addo. Again, you see, one round they said that suspended Chief Justice. In another round, they said we have 2 Chief Justices. Let it be known today, we have only 1 acting Chief Justice. Justice Araba Isaba Saki Tokonu is a CJ emeritus. He is gone, finito. She's not coming back. If anybody is under the illusion that Tokonu will come back today, that train has departed. That junction, we have moved from there.
But do you appreciate the concern by the minority that you've got a case in court?
I'm coming to deal with that. I said, allow me to the thoughts to flow. The other thing we should know is that life will not come to a halt because we have removed Justice Araba Tokonu. Life will not come to a halt. Indeed, if we wait, and all those cases, granted that we are in a perfect world, those cases are resolved this week. And next week, she goes to court again. We wait. And that's dealt with. Then she goes to court again. We wait. Life will be incurably slow. And all of us will have to pander to her whims and caprices. We cannot do that as a country. That will be a judicial instability. We cannot afford that. Never. We need a judicial stability for the country to progress. Justice Araba Tokonu is removed. She isn't coming back. I am only a bit disturbed that those who are complaining now today that people have been wrongly removed are telling us that wait, when we get a chance, we'll remove people wrongly. If you feel it is wrong today, chart a new path so that we'll all follow. Look, let me come back to this as well. The vetting of Justice Baffoe. Again, you see, why are they scared of Justice Baffoe? He was appointed to the High Court, the Court of Appeal, to the Supreme Court by the MPP government. Why are they afraid of him today? And I said it on this platform that I watched Paul Adomotri and Baffoe, the MP. What's his name?
Michael Ochibef.
Yes, the MP. When he was talking about the fact that when the CJ is suspended, Baffoe will be acting. Both of them say that is scary. They know something we don't know.
Yeah, because it's an NDC member.
Okay, today, Baffoe that was appointed by President Akuffo and had been there until Akuffo Addo's time, is an NDC member. Oh, you see, when you are behaving this way, there are certain things.
But isn't the concern much more about the process that led to him getting into this position, the process, the whole removal process, and the concerns about the fact that it was probably not fair?
The whole removal process. Look, we are not pondering about somebody looking at it whether fair or wrong. GBA, the association that I belong to, in their first release said that so far everything had been good.
And the second release?
Okay, the second release, that 16 people were forced to sign a resolution, said that this. Look, where did it go to? And we saw the public backlash to that. Again, let's come back to the idea about the vetting. There are certain rules that are not written. You are behaving this way against somebody who is going to head the judiciary. It will not be written that they should push back. But inherently, they will be pushing back. And that is unfair. So please, let us allow the vetting to go on. Then the petition against Baffoe, let me ask with all sincerity, is the petition for his removal as acting CJ or his removal as Justice of the Supreme Court?
Well, as for the details of it, not too familiar, but I am familiar that there's a petition.
So we don't have the Constitution telling us that anybody can be removed as acting CJ. So you can only remove him as a CJ or as a Justice of the Supreme Court. If it's a Justice of the Supreme Court, who handles the petition? It goes back to the Chief Justice. So the petition against his removal will go back to him. That is why I said that Tokonu cannot come back in any capacity again as a Justice of the Supreme Court.
What do you expect from the vetting today? Is there anything, any highlights you're looking forward to?
Yes, I expect that he will tell us his vision. He has been there for a long time. He's seen it all. He's been there for a long time. He will give us what he expects to changes, he expects to implement. And I also expect that whether MPs like it or not, if they misbehave, marshals will be called to throw them out. He knows that they won't allow that. But for Apenyo Markins to say that the vetting will not come off, and you see that there was another release from the majority leader that says the vetting will come off today. Why do you have to do that? You are not the one who decides the business for the day, except he wants to tell me that it's the minority leader who decides business for the day. Why will you say that? It is on the business order, the order paper for today, 10 o'clock. Look, go grab a cup of coffee, get your popcorn, relax. You will be taken through tutorials of law this morning. Wherever I am, I'm going to watch. Because, believe you me, this man is made up of a lot of legal sense, and he would like to teach all of us today. So I pray that instead of displaying some kind of bravado, needless, I pray that they come ask relevant questions for us to learn and build ourselves. And finally, I want to add that the idea that he's saying, Honorable Roxton says, we have made up our mind. If they've not made up their mind, why is it on the business paper? We were here. We were in this country. This same Honorable Roxton Daframekpo filed a case at the Supreme Court against the vetting of president's ministers. What happened? The vetting went ahead. We have the precedents.
But you see, the concern also is the posturing of the majority and even your party. It does appear that you are so happy to see Baffoe in the role as Chief Justice, and that appears to raise some concern about why is a political party happy that a certain individual is going to head the judiciary.
Oh, good. I asked let's reverse the question. Why is a certain political party unhappy to see somebody being the head of the judiciary? And why is a certain political party unhappy that somebody has been removed?
But why are you happy? You answer yours first.
Yes, I've answered it throughout all I'm saying. That Baffoe has the experience. Baffoe, until being at the Supreme Court, was appointed by the MPP government, not by NDC. So if he was appointed by MPP government, and we have seen something good in him to bring him to become let's be honest here, he's the senior most at the Supreme Court. He's the senior most. If Tokonu had been the senior most, one of the things I would have expected she would have enjoyed would be support from all her colleagues. The senior most. And there has been agitation and advocacy that let us make it a convention that only the senior most becomes the Chief Justice.
Okay.
That way, then we are all happy. So the idea that NDC is happy, assuming that perception is correct, assuming that perception is correct, is that Baffoe had gone through the meal from the High Court, Court of Appeal, Supreme Court. Baffoe was appointed by President Akuffo and has also gone through, and Baffoe was appointed by MPP government, and we have seen something good in him as a good judge and a good administrator to head the judiciary. That is all.
What's the position of United Party on this whole matter?
Number one, our judicial.
Okay, abusuya we ne ensema ekoso ewo political highway so eye Paul Baffoe and ye de no latest updates e de brema ene parliament committee etnase na omo avet na any latest update on eye ne vet no ye de brema on subscribe ya subscribe like na sanso e share aha eye Ghana Politics Avenue so medamase.